can't work me! Hello there. Give me 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm good. Hello. Welcome back. Those of you who this is the first time, welcome back because you have been here before. You just don't remember. That's one of the side effects of watching this shit. Ooh, welcome. What did I miss while that was starting up? Yvonne Bloodblossom, resubscribed. 7 months. Your baby's coming right up. 2 more months. Now's when the real pain starts. It's going to get real messy. The last 2 months are just juice, just sloshing out of all kinds of places that you don't want juice coming from. So enjoy it. These are the magical times. Splorch is indeed the right word. So here's how this is going to go down. Tyson is going to show up a little bit later. He is experiencing some side effects from the procedures, long agonizing procedures he's been going through to basically become a hedgehog. So according to him, the worst of it passes after about a half an hour. So we'll see if he gets here in a half an hour. So until then, I guess it's just us. I don't like this. I don't like it. It's weird not having Jenny around or the various animals that I have mic'd up every week. This is just me, and I'm learning that I don't like just spending time with myself. I hate me. I get what a lot of people say now. I get it. I really hate me. I used to see people talking shit about me, and I'd think, well, that's not very nice, and I don't agree. I know me. And that's not me at all. Now that I've been even just this first like 2 or so minutes waiting for Tyson to show up, and it's just been me on me action, you'd think that would be hot. It's not. It's disgusting, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting being in a room with me. There's supposed to be someone here for this to work. It doesn't work if it's just me. All right, I guess I'm gonna, while we're waiting for Tyson, I'm going to draw, maybe I'll draw Tyson as well. I don't know if Tyson's gonna want to draw himself where we usually do the, you know what? I'm gonna draw myself without the glasses today. Sometimes I don't wear glasses. And nobody recognizes me when I don't wear the glasses. Or someone has to comment, oh my God, you look so different without the glasses. I didn't realize your eyes were drawn onto the glasses, and that's not true. They're not drawn on. It's actually a holographic film sandwiched between the glass. Yeah, without the glasses, I barely have a face. It's just all nose. Thank you. Who's screaming right now? Alice in Wonderland, thank you for the bits. Help. You know what? This would be the perfect time to make all kinds of noises that fill up lots of space. So every time I say something, you can think of it as like an interactive thing where you then do something that triggers a sound or whatever, and it's like a response. It's like when I have a person here. Thank you, Thicky. Gifting too many subs. You're too nice. Someone's gonna have to stop you. Violence.
Sound effect.
That interrupted me, but that's kind of the idea. Thank you, Mechanism. That's exactly what I was looking for. So without the glasses, I do have, I guess I would call them eye mounds. But there's no seam or even vestigial, like there's no like eyelid, there's no separation. It's just a flesh mound. And there aren't eyes underneath it. just meat. It's just meat in a socket. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this drawing of me does make you feel self-conscious about standards that you yourself can never achieve, that you can never live up to. It's not like I walk around wanting people to feel bad. You know, they see my eye mounds. They see my eye mounds, my particularly, sizable eye mounds, and I get it. I get it. I mean, there's things about other people that I'm jealous about. So I get it. No Photoshop involved either. Every now and then on my Instagram, I'll do, because my Instagram is mostly like, sort of sexy, candid, quote, candid shots of me doing stuff like, oh, I'm picking up a carton of Neapolitan ice cream, just the usual shit. But every now and then I will post, like the reality behind the scenes sort of shots. And they're exactly the same, because, and people never believe me. They're like, there's no way. What do you use? What filters do you use? And I don't use any. Every now and then I will put on, the only thing that I put on my face is the occasional Band-Aid, because occasionally the eye mounds leak. They puncture and just, so you got to cover that up. Now this is the jam? What jam are you talking about? This song? This is The Legend of Bumbo. It's one of Edmund's games. It's a little puzzle game that he did. It was, I forget how it was connected to The Binding of Isaac, but I think it's on Steam. I don't know if it's on anything else, but it's a really good game. There you go. Bumbo want coin. Yeah, this is Ridiculon. Ridiculon been doing, I think, most, if not all, of Edmund's stuff for the past many years. They good. Check them out. I'm gonna draw. See, this is where I'm getting stylized here. Everything else is pretty photoreal, but I'm gonna draw the stink lines coming off of my eye mounds, because they do smell quite bad. According to many people. I don't smell them. You know how you can't really smell yourself unless it gets really, really bad? I'm gonna tell, while we're waiting for Tyson, I want to tell a story. I don't usually get very personal on this thing. I like to keep it, it's a safe space from reality. But I want to tell you a story about Tyson and I. Tyson and I recently only began speaking again after a pretty rough couple of years. It was a couple of years ago. When did that first Sonic movie come out? Was that 2017? 2018? What was it? I really don't remember. This time it was a really dark time. 2019? Really? 2019. Okay, so right around then is when the troubles started. There was a trailer. Okay, it was when they released the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer. I was so excited because it had been like quite some time since I'd seen something destined for a theatrical release that was so repulsive looking that it filled me with joy. And I marked it on my calendar. It was the only thing that I was looking forward to. It was a pretty bad time in my life, if I recall. It was one of the darkest times of my life, and the only thing I was looking forward to, the only thing I was living for, was sitting in an audience and watching that movie and listening to people cry. The only thing that was going to bring any light into my life. And then one night I see that like late night, like it was, I forget what time it was, but it was a time when I generally don't hear from Tyson. I'm up, but you know, Tyson's he's a creature of the sun. So I get a text saying, "Hey, I want to tell you something." And I was like, "Oh, this is weird. What's this about? Tyson never texts me at this hour. What could this be?" And, you know, I have an incredible imagination. One of the most incredible imaginations, according to Time Magazine. And I mean, I'm not to, you know, to gloat, but I did receive Time Magazine's greatest imagination of all time. It's a one-time thing. It's not a yearly thing, of all time. So it, you know, it works against me sometimes, and it lets me envision things in absolute, just horrifying detail sometimes. And in this case, I was like, what could this be? Why is he texting me? What is such a big deal that he would like poke at me at this hour? And I was thinking, what's going on in the world? What's happening? And I thought about the Sonic movie, and I thought, oh my God, this was around the time that the internet had like just gone insane, you know, gone insane about how grotesque Sonic looked. And I'm like, yes, right. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm getting a little paranoid now, because I mean, Tyson is, if anything, he is the biggest Sonic the Hedgehog fan that I've ever known in my life. And I thought, oh God, and he sounds excited. What the fuck? And so I called him, because he was like, you know, you should, you know, let me know when you can talk. So I give him a call, and it, you know, my worst fears had it came true. They had tapped him to basically come in and redesign Sonic for the movie. And he was so happy. And he didn't care that I just immediately, he didn't care that, I don't know, he was just talking about it excitedly through about like 15 minutes of me just sobbing. And, you know, we fought for half an hour. I pleaded with him, Tyson, don't do this. Tyson, don't do this. This is all I have. Don't fix him. He's perfect. He's beautiful. You know, I laid out as many scenarios as I could in which people paid money to go to a theater and just be in the presence of one of the most hideously designed goblins I'd ever seen. And it was beautiful. You know? You don't see something of that level anymore. You see that shit for like straight to streaming kind of stuff. Like, you know, Food Fight or whatever. Not Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my God. And I'm powered by tears. So I was just going to be, I was ready. I had like my ticket bought, middle of the theater, biggest theater I could find, IMAX, so that I would be at the core of this weeping engine that would power me for another, I don't know, 10, 15 years, you know? And I pleaded with him, you know, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't break perfection. It got ugly. It got violent. I mean, we weren't in the same room, but I punched my phone. It hurt. And I gave up. And we didn't speak for years. Didn't speak for years. Until they announced, you know, they showed that new trailer. And I fucking couldn't hold it in anymore. I said, like, my God, Tyson, this was your chance to make it right. This was your chance to make it right, you son of a bitch. And he, you know, didn't change his mind. Anyhow, I said, hey, you want to draw with me? And he did. So he'll be here in, I don't know, some minutes, sometimes. He'll be here in several times. So until then, I want you all to just remember your favorite Sonic das Hedgehog memories. Silently, though. Just sit there. Don't even type about them. I don't want to hear it. I'll do the same. I'll just be thinking about stuff. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Alright, that didn't really fill up a whole lot of time. Oh. What if he never comes? Oh. And Jhonen just talks to himself. No, I wouldn't talk to myself. At some point, I would just sneak away. I would speak so quickly into the mic that, oh, God. If there was ever a time perfect for that somebody paid money sound effect. It's right there. It was like having because it's like a full sentence. It was like having an actual person to speak off of. Thank you. For a moment, I wasn't so lonely. For a moment, I felt love. All day, every day you think about Sonic the Hedgehog? That's an actual condition. I know, well, I would say I know you're joking, but I don't know you personally. I don't know you at all. It's perfectly possible. I've seen it. I've seen it, you know, where people think about Sonic the Hedgehog 24/7. It's never good. Like, the end result is always death. I'm gonna make these fleshy, almost like cactus. You know? Although, okay, that makes more sense if they're rounded at the end, because I like them being kind of fleshy bladders on his. So, like, if you're really in a pinch and you're out in you know, out in nature, and like, they are a source of water. There's not much in there, but if you crack one of these dorsal spines open, I guess these flaps, they are like bladders filled with I guess speed juice. So it's hydration, and it gives you a little bit of a speed boost to hopefully make it out of the desert before you die. Why is that? Why will you never see Sonic? Oh, I get it. Because you search for Sonic and you see Sonic doing all kinds of grotesque things with tails or noodles or Big the Cat. Is Big the Cat still in any of them? I haven't played a Sonic game since Sonic Mania, and that's probably the That was just a rare interruption in not Sonic playing. I loved me like OG Sonic up to Sonic Adventure. I don't think Sonic Adventure's aged very well. What with its depiction of orcas, you know, in captivity. Idris Elba, yeah, he's Knuckles. You know, I watched a bunch of it, without like effects and stuff. Idris Elba truly becomes. It was really, you know, one of the funniest things is seeing him mocap all of that stuff. Wearing a an echidna suit, skin tight echidna suit.
Welcome.
How do you draw hands? Here we go. Oh, yeah. You liked all the Sega Genesis Sonic games, but the later ones less so. The later ones being what? Like Sonic 3D Blast? Was that on the Genesis? That was that isometric one? I remember, you know, that was a time where, because it was Sonic, I would just play it and I would tell myself, my God, this is great. But 3D Blast was definitely one where in the back of my mind, I was like, I think this might not be good. I think maybe this isn't good. But I would force myself to play it. Because, you know, I fucking loved Sonic. I just loved the aesthetic. I loved the visual from the very first game. I loved the kind of low poly backgrounds. I loved the palm trees. I loved the way they caught the light. You know, it was like, that's every fucking indie game that you see now, you know. But I loved the look of them. I think I started to really slip once the Dreamcast ones came out. Like, I liked Sonic Adventure just because, wow, cool, look. Sonic is like 3D, and you can do stuff. But it was kind of the introduction of, you know, Sega. It'd be like getting to know someone online, and you're just kind of you love their mind, you love their personality, and then you meet for the first time in real life. This was like the jump to like CD-ROM games, so they could make things look better and sound better. You know, they could just, it wasn't just sound card MIDI stuff. It was now, you know, the real deal. And it'd be like meeting that person from the internet. Here, let's say it's this guy. It's this guy here. He's got a hat. Seems like an all right person. You know you like them already because you've talked online. He's got a dubious goatee, but he still seems like a nice guy. And then you get in a car with him. He's like, hey, oh my God, it's so nice to see you. Let's go get some food. You get in the car, and he just starts playing music, and you're like, oh, fucking God. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'll meet you there. You know, then you get out, and you just take like a lift or something to the place, because you're like, I do not want to be in this car with that music. It was around the time of the Dreamcast that Sega's... like Sonic's identity was taking on. It was like clear that, oh, I don't know if I want to hang out with this guy. Sega had this weird obsession with house music as well around those days. I think that started with the Genesis, all those Streets of Rage games, lots of house music. The music in Sonic Adventure was becoming a problem for me. And I think by Sonic Adventure 2, I couldn't do it, especially the Knuckles stuff. Like, were Knuckles levels all the, like, rapping? Wasn't it? Does anyone remember? I just remember being upset. It was cheesy in a way that I suddenly... It was as cheesy as I thought the original stuff was brilliant and fun. Like, suddenly I had more respect for Mario. the Mario games didn't really force a personality on you. They kind of left it open. Mario is pretty much this cipher. He was the everyman. We all have a mustache. We're all a little chubby. We all wear overalls and just murder things by jumping on them, you know? Like, but like musically, it was much more, it was just fun and silly. Sonic went in a different direction where it was like, hey, that was Sega. Sega was just, hey. I mean, I guess I'm doing Crazy Taxi now, but Crazy Taxi might as well be Sonic as well. And I couldn't really adjust, you know? I couldn't really adjust. Yeah, that's my Crazy Taxi voice. Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. But yeah, suddenly, I just had a problem with people that were supposed to be cool. It bothered the shit out of me when someone was supposed to, like, hey, I'm cool. And that's why I think that's why I broke up with Sonic back in the day. Now, I got no problem with it. It's for other people. It's not for me, it's someone else's time. But yeah, goddamn, I remember when my friend Clarence brought over Sonic the Hedgehog for the first time for the Genesis. And he's like, oh man, you gotta try this game. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, Clamp. Because that was how I talked back in the time. It was really hard to impress me. I was like, yeah, I don't care. Just put it in. I'm not gonna play it. It's probably dumb. Whatever, dude. Because it was the 90s and everyone just had this attitude, And he popped it in. And from the title screen, I was just like, whoa, dude. I was, I was sick of my own voice back in the day. But, we can't change the past. We can't change who we were. We can only change who we're going to be someday. And I was nuts for it. I used to draw like just Sonic levels just because I loved the sort of faux polygon. It got me excited. In my brain, 3D games weren't a big, they weren't a thing really in at home anyhow. So just the appearance of those polygons, even though they were just pre-rendered, just bitmap polygons, I was like, whoa, my god, this is the future. Holy shit. Loved it. Clarence was the dude who always had the games first. Clarence Wong. Clarence Wong. That's why I named Clarence Wong was going to be like a running thing in a lot of the stuff that I did. Clarence Wong, the name. It showed up in Zim. Clarence Wong was the kid that didn't come up, didn't show up